talking to somebody about the oppression that's happening in Palestine, and I started talking about just in general the systems of the world and how there's corruption in every level, from political to economic to educational, everything, and how everything's been corrupted to further the ahli kufr and wrong systems. And living in this country, we some way, somehow cannot escape. And for people who are in the system to be contributing some part to that system just by working or otherwise. As people in this way, that trying to be in this way.
Yes, you can escape.
Yes.
In Islam, there is your intention and there is your action. In Islam, intention and action. Not only the action, it is also the intention. Not only the intention, it is also the action. But in these two things, intention and action, which one is the most important to Allah? It is the intention. It is perfect. Islam is perfect that way. In Islam, if you intend to do something bad, wrong, but you don't do it, Allah will reward you because you didn't do that wrong thing that you intend. This is the mercy that Allah is showing to this nation. In other shariats, just to think about a wrong action, you're already convicted. It's as if you do the wrong action. In other laws, in other rules, from other prophets. In Islam, if you intend to do something right, even if you don't do it, you will get blessed. And if you do it, you get blessed even more. What is our intention? What is intention? Intention is, you have a will. This is your will. There is no compromise in that will. I don't want it. I don't agree. There is that will. The will must be uncompromising. Your action, you can compromise. It is the will of that ant to put out the fire of Nimrud. Isn't that his will? But his action, a drop, less than a drop of water, how it can put out the fire of Nimrud? How it can be? Yet that lesson from a small ant is a lesson for all of mankind. That is a lesson for us, especially in the Ahir Zaman, because our power as believers is so weak. We are weaker than that ant, that majority. They are not even advising their people, the believers, to say, make that intention, make that dua, raise your hand and make that dua. That intention, you cannot do anything else, make that intention. They even make that to be forbidden. Lower than that ant. With that intention, and taking that small step, then it is up to your honor. You say, today I take one mouthful, tomorrow maybe I take two, next day maybe I can do a little bit more, the next day maybe I do less, but I must. Look at my intention every day and say, how am I contributing to this? Yes, you can. The reason why we are here is for us, for our Shaykh, to give us the opportunity to say we're not part of that system actively 100%. There's no law that we're breaking, none. And that is a blessing that is, when you look at it in so many ways, it's very singular. That blessing is singular to this country. Laws themselves support you. As long as you don't harm anyone, You want to live top of a mountain alone. You don't want to have any dealing with anyone, it's allowed. You want to have 10 people, it's allowed. For those who say we want to reject the system, what you are doing. What can you do? You can do a lot, especially now we're talking about people living in this country, you and me. Then you can say how much I'm participating out there, living my life as if I'm not those ones. The Prophet says in the Ahir Zaman, they're taking their faith and practicing it on top of a mountain, and they only have one sheep. One sheep meaning their world, their dunya, their wealth is small. Their main concern is not to run after this world, but to take care of their faith. How are you taking care of your faith? Here is a question. And what is your world? If you're coming on top of a mountain here, and your whole world is also that sheep, and you're not taking care of your faith, you fail too. You fail. Because the whole point of pulling yourself out is to practice your faith. And wait for Hazrat Mahdi alayhi salam to appear. Wait for the Sahibu Zaman to appear. Meaning in your waiting, you understand why you wait. You understand the reason why you pull yourself out. The reason is because we are sunk in the Ahir of the Ahir Zaman. Dajjal is ruling everywhere. Cruelty is everywhere. Those who kill, they don't know why they kill. Those who are killed, they don't know why they're being killed. Every day we're seeing this. And we say we don't want this. We don't want to participate. We want to be part of this. We pull ourselves out. Now that you pull yourself out, how are you keeping this alive? Or are you looking at your one sheep that you brought here? That is your world. We are here because we are declaring Jihadul Akbar, the greatest jihad, against to our nafs and the system of the nafs, the system of the ego, the system of shaitan. Not declaring war with anything, with anyone, but against our own selves, against our ego. Then we look and we say, how much are you fighting? How much are you fighting with yourself? Are you seeing the enemy? You're not. You're sleeping with the enemy. You're being friendly with the enemy. You're being friendly with yourself. You don't understand the bigger Tachalic system that you are. We, by being here, we're declaring war against. And that war is just turning our face to say that we don't want to be in that part of that system. Or are we here and we have envy towards people who live in that system? So many, they are like that. Any opportunity, they can't wait to take off their turban and their Islamic identity and to put on the kafir identity and to be swimming with them, partying with them, playing with them. Yeah, it's okay, Sufi, love. No, you don't understand the secret, you've lost it. Don't you understand, just by wearing this, what we are in these times, in this place, in this country, that in itself is a declaration of war. War against what? To our own nafs. Our nafs doesn't want this. Our nafs wants to completely. So many of you, you graduated, you're well placed in this country. You can swim with them. They will accept you. They will love you. You'll do well. Yet you pull yourself out. Why? Because we have a connection with the golden chain. So we are not understanding that we are here every day, that we are struggling. Because I don't see, when you don't struggle, then you're at peace. So many times when you look at empires, once they stop struggling for haqq, peace, yes. Prosperity, yes. What happens after that? Oh, so much. Architecture flourish, arts, yes. Beauty, this and that. That is the beginning of the downfall. When there is no struggle for the sake of haqq anymore. Where are we here? How are we struggling? How are we struggling? Don't tell me you work 10 hours a day, that's your struggle. That's not why we came here. We didn't come here to struggle with the dunya. We came here to struggle with ourselves. Then I ask you, how are you struggling with yourself? Who is putting that test? Because there's one person who's putting that test. I was sure he's putting that test, not you by yourself. So many of you don't like tests. You run away from tests. You don't want to see the tests. Then you are stuck. Then when you are stuck, you're in trouble. Do you understand? Especially in these times where it is so open to the whole world that this whole system is rigged, isn't it? It is no more right or left, Muslim or Jewish or Christian, no more. You're not divided according to those lines anymore. Those who understand that the system is rigged and there is something very horrible and wrong with it, and those who are part of that system and say, no, you're not going to change the system, we put it up, and we don't care if we burn the whole world. It's becoming more open. What are Muslims doing to take lesson from that? They have heart. They're doing something. The way that we live is how we're going to prove what we believe. How are you living? The way you live has to prove what you believe in. If you don't live the way that you believe, how many times we hear Shaykh Effendi saying this? All the time. Then one day, you're going to believe in the way that you live. How do we live in this world? Look. Everything is open. This is how we live. Then you're going to believe in that life. That's not what the beloveds of Allah and the prophets and the saints, they're teaching us. That is. So you can at least have that intention. And if you are sincere, Allah will open a way. Take another step. If you're more sincere, Allah will open. Take another step. Take another step. If you're not sincere, you get stuck. Don't say Allah close. You put that in front of you. Astaghfirullah al-azim wa atubu ilayh. Sohbat, it is to remind people. We all need reminder. Faith, 2 billion Muslims will all say we have faith. They will all say. Yet be reminded to wake us up. To remind us our faith. And to show the faith of those ones who love Allah. To show the faith of the Salihin. To show the faith of the awliya Allah. Very few are doing it. This is what we need. I don't know about you, that's what I need. Allah forgive me and bless you. ومن الله توفيق الفاتحة.